to other questions, and question number 56, Deputy Marian Harkin.
Thank you, Lascan. Minister, once again, I'm asking for an update on the application for PGI, Protected Geographical Indication status for Boxty. Minister, I put down this very same question several times every single year throughout the lifetime of this Dáil, and the original application was submitted to your department 10 years ago. And we keep getting the same responses. A long explanation of what PGI status is and how you apply for it, but we still haven't got an outcome. So I'm hoping for good news today, Minister.
Yeah, thanks for raising it, Deputy Harkin, and indeed this is something that I strongly support, and I think PGI status would greatly enhance the capacity of Boxty to actually grow in popularity and indeed be understood and develop new markets internationally. And I'm glad to report to you that my department expects to very shortly now publish the PGI application for Boxty as part of the national opposition procedure that's required under relevant EU regulation. This opposition procedure, which is like a public consultation, will allow anyone having a legitimate interest, an established or resident in Ireland, to make a submission to my department about the application. Then, if following that assessment of the results of any oppositions received and any consequential changes to the application agreed with the applicant producer group, my department then considers that the regulatory requirements have been met, and it may take a favourable decision and submit the application to the European Commission. The Boxty PGI application is close now to reaching this publication stage, and last week also I was glad to attend at the European Commission marquee at the National Ploughing Championships, an event they had which placed the spotlight very much on Ireland's registered PGI products, and it was really a very good exposition of how PGI can work to support products, and I want to see that happen for Boxty as well, and I'll certainly make sure that in terms of that publication now, Deputy Harkin, that happens very, very promptly. I think it's got to the stage where the preparatory work has been completed and facilitated into action and taking that initial next important step.
Well, thank you, Minister, and I'm pleased to hear that. But to be honest with you, I mean, I'm looking here at various responses you've provided me with over the years. And if I just go back to 12 months ago, the final sentence in your response to my question on this was, the department's scrutiny is almost complete. Once my department is satisfied, the application is ready, it can move to the next stage, which is the national opposition procedure. And you're telling me almost a year later, that's where we are now. Look, I don't doubt your bona fides in this. I don't doubt your interest or your department's, but it's just things are beyond painfully slow. I mean, I organised the first meeting on this back in January 2014. And Joe Lowe, who was with Leo, still is in Leitrim, was a huge supporter and still is. And the producers have come together time and time again. And yet the whole thing is just painfully slow. So, Minister, I really want to believe that this time we are at the final hurdle.
Yeah, I understand your frustration, Deputy Harkin, and I assure you I will keep ensuring that there's every priority given to this to get that to that point. There has been a lot of engagement with the applicant group and a lot of work as well in terms of revised drafts of the application type over times, and also consultations as well on the types of ingredients for the different types of Boxty included in the application, which is now for PGI, as well as the regions as well to be covered by the product, and also other technical matters as well associated with the European Commission regulation rules for product specification. So listen, we need to get this to the next stage so that it can get moving. We've had good progress in recent years. We had great step forward with the PGI for Irish grass-fed beef, which has great potential. I want to see that now also here for Boxty, and I'll certainly ask my officials as well to keep you updated, Deputy Harkin, in relation to when what the date will be, so that we can get this moving and on the road properly. Thanks.
Well, thanks for that, Minister. I mean, as I said, I've raised this issue many times, but I have a sense, and I just hope I'm not wrong, that we are almost at the final hurdle. It has just taken so long, but sometimes you get to a point where you can only look forward and you can't keep looking back, wondering why it hasn't happened before now. And Minister, just that you know, there's huge level of frustration with the producers. They've attended so many meetings and they've complied with everything they've been asked to. So look, I hear it in what you say, and I think I hear it in your voice, and I'm prepared to trust you on this. I've done this before. If you go back to what I've said in the House before, I've been prepared to listen and to accept that you are doing your best. I genuinely believe that maybe we're there now, but I will take your bona fides on this, that we're at the final hurdle, and that within the next few weeks or less, this will go to the next stage, and then we get to the final stage with the application to Brussels.
Yeah, thanks, Deputy Harkin and Deputy Kenny. So, listen, the geographical area for the production of box-day and in the context of the PGI application is Cavan, Leitrim, Sligo and Mayo. And it is a great product. And you don't see it in enough counties. You know, it has great potential. And I think particularly, you know, in terms of its health and nutrition benefits as well in the current context where people are looking for products which are not as much processed and have good benefits. I think it has great potential to grow, and I think the PGI is something which could really assist with that. Where it's at the moment, there is one final legal question arising on which my officials are awaiting advice, and as soon as that is resolved, then the publication then can proceed. And then in terms of the next steps, then after that, after the national opposition procedure has been published and completed, then an assessment of the results of any oppositions that are received will be checked by the departments, and then following on from that, then application made to the European Commission, and the Commission will then carry out its scrutiny and may consult with the department on matters arising from that. And then if the Commission is satisfied that the regulation requirements have been met, it will publish the application for a third country member state opposition procedure outside of the country for member states to contribute. And if after that process any matters arising have been addressed, the Commission may proceed then to register the name Box Day as a PGI.
How long does that take?
It's hard.
2 years, 5 years?
No, less than that. Like, yeah,
okay.
less than that.
If the legal matter is sorted.
I think if we look back from the point where we made the application for the beef PGI for the grass-fed beef, it was probably, from memory, I would say 18 months, 2 years from the point where we made the application to the third country opposition procedure to it getting final approval.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you.
But that sort of scale of time. Thanks.
Move now to
But it's hard to be clear. It's hard to be precise in it. But that's those are the steps which you have to go through there.
Okay, thank you, Minister. We're moving on.